What's this? Is this a post that they made about me? This is from 4 hours ago. It's got 3,000 upvotes. Artist sexualizing a sexual assault victim for mouthwashing. Stop harassing the artist. It's freedom of speech. Dev behind mouthwashing. My values are completely against yours. Asmongold. Maybe don't interact with the media I've created. He didn't say that. The anti-woke crowd has found a game. Being on Twitter is going to be so unbelievably painful. I don't have the energy for this. Bro, it's a website. Chill out. I don't want him playing it regardless of the exposure because it's making me feel like absolute shit. Bro, chill the fuck out. Look at this idiot. I'm making you and your game famous. You should be glad. I never said that either. What the fuck is this? Wait, isn't that poster the Gooner hater?
Okay, I wanted to react to this because I saw a clip, but now this is like the full thing. And I want to unpack some of this, like, as a game dev. As a game dev, I want to unpack some of this, because some of this is, like, not making sense to me at all. Like, apparently this guy's saying that he worked on the game Mouthwashing. Okay? And because Asmongold... Because he believes that Asmongold's community is, like, I guess, whatever bad things that he is against, whatever things that he thinks he's against, he says, oh, your group is that group. But this is wild, because apparently he works for the company, right? And the thing that I find funny is, if you have someone like Asmongold playing your game, and you worked really hard on it, and it was as good as that game was. Like, that game was really decent. Had a good storyline, had a really, like... I don't know about 1990s, but it had a good, like... horror, not horror vibe. I mean, I played it, I liked it, you know. I mean, not in love with the game, but... Stuff like this, like, when you're an indie developer and you don't have any money and someone like him plays your game, they definitely should be like, hey, you know, let's, you know, at least be humble. But, I mean, this dude's fucking nuts.
Before he runs on socialist...
I guess where I'm coming from is a place like this, okay? If you're someone who's making a game and you let your fucking opinions about anybody who plays it, like, cloud your judgment, you're a fucking idiot. You should never be making public posts like this. In fact, I think if he's not a critical member of their team, they should let him go, because it'll hurt them long term. It'll hurt them long term. And I know that people like Asmongold, you know, if they make another game that's good, maybe he'll still play it, but not everyone feels like that. I mean, if you're getting personal attacks from the company and it's seemingly like everybody's on board with it, it's like maybe you don't play their next game even if it's good. Maybe he doesn't tell his audience, hey, you should go buy this too. And I realize that this guy's like saying, oh, we don't need you, we don't want your kind here. But I mean, isn't that the same kind of shit? Isn't that the same kind of shit that you're preaching against, right? Like, you're preaching against, like, this kind of mentality, but, like, you're using that mentality to basically justify your fucking actions. It's just weird to me. I mean, when you're a game dev, you make games for the people who play them. Like, you are working for... you're working for the players. If 500 people tell you to do something on your reviews and you don't do it, and that's your fault, not theirs. If 500 people tell you, hey, you know, this part in your game is broken, you fucking fix it. Is what you do. You don't leave it. You don't fuck around. You don't tell them that they're wrong. You don't tell them that you hate them and that they can shove their opinions in their ass. You don't do that. I just don't get how people like this dude even, like, how did he, just crazy to me. I get from a certain standpoint, anybody can be an indie dev. Anyone can, absolutely. But you have to realize that people you don't agree with will play your game and love it. Especially if you're making characters that they see themselves in, or like, or, any number of things. Find attractive, anything from find attractive all the way to hate. I mean, some of the most hated villains, made movies, Some of the most hated villains in a movie is what made that movie so amazing, is that they got that visceral reaction, stuff like Game of Thrones. You look at all the times that people had such an emotional reaction to like certain characters, they all did an amazing job. But like, dude, some douchebag like this is responsible for making a game. I really hope he is not a critical member, because he should not be kept on. You're hurting the success of your game for some kind of personal vendetta against some guy that you think you don't like, because you think like, how many 1.7 million subscribers? I'm sorry, but for this guy to fucking say that he knows every member of this guy's audience is wild. That is a wild thing to say. You're basically, almost 1 million people have seen this video. Isn't that crazy that this fucking guy would tell those viewers that, nah, we're good, we don't need your money? Like, you do. That's your company. That's what you do. You make games. You do need the money. I wonder if all his fucking team members agree with him, because at the end of the day, like, you gotta wonder, like, why is this guy going off half-cocked, like, solo mission, fucking solo mission Dan over there, like, it's crazy to me. And this was also something, there were artists drawing a character from the game because they liked the game. Apparently Asmongold said to stop, I mean, that's not what he said, but apparently he told them, hey, leave him alone, it's just art. You're gonna have people like that. You're gonna have people who are obsessed with your game. You're gonna have people who love, everything about your game in extreme ways. But you can't run away from that. You can't run away from that as a creative. You just gotta respect it for what it is, even if you don't like it. Like, that's their space, and they still support the game and they still love it. Those are your fans. You're kind of fucking weird that we're in a day and age where all these devs just can't fucking stand the people playing their games, when the moment you guys stop playing their games, they're done. Okay? And you're going to see more and more and more studios having a zero fucking tolerance party and policy toward this kind of shit, because it's not feasible. It's not profitable. I wonder, man, this whole thing is just like crazy to me, that no one ever talks in depth about this shit. As an employee of a company, you should never do this. You should never go on attack 1 million people, essentially. If that sub count says 1 million, assume you're talking to 1 million people, you fucking idiot. Like, you are not special. You are not the guy. Imagine being so successful and just not understanding that your entire success is owed to other people. Like, you have to be humble to that. It's fucking nuts to me that these developers act like this. And I've seen it so much lately. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to do this video. I would love for an actual discussion in the comments. I read every comment. I respond to every comment. I'm wanting to hear your thoughts. Like, subscribe, do your thing. It matters more to me than the views, to be honest. So, yeah, see you in the next one.